Hey, welcome to Beyond the Blueprint. Today our special guest is Justin Husman.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
With Pheonix Insurance. We got Matti Pruitt with Mosier's Kitchen.
I heard that one.
Kitchen and Bath Design Center. And we got Mr. Braedon Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
And behind the dials back here, we got Taylor with Cedar Creek Media.
Uh-oh. I always forget to make something for myself.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Was that it?
Yeah, I cut it a little short.
I cut it a little short. I need to make myself a drop. I always forget about
I thought
me.
you
I'm
had
sorry.
one.
No, Lord, no.
Hey, and it's Matt Mosier's with Mosier's Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
This pimping that I got in my blood, it came from a family tree. My granddaddy was a pimp. My great-great-great-granddaddy was a pimp. I'm talking about pimping since pimping.
I think we should actually change these up every week. So feel free to, Matti and Braedon, if you find something that you like, go ahead and send it over to Taylor. And I like it for it to be a surprise.
I think we shouldn't be able to pick our own.
That's what I was about to say.
Somebody else.
I think it's, yeah,
So
you should pick
originally-
each other.
Originally, Taylor had Cat Williams' little tink for me. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. Taylor likes to make handicap jokes and
Oh my
and
God.
then act like he's
Okay, I'm just following the leader over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
he
It's
knows
coming
one?
from the guy. Okay, y'all,
he's that guy.
I make all those little
I'm not
pop-ups and
racist.
everything.
My best friend's handicapped.
I make all the pop-ups and stuff for Maybank, and Matt always tells me, lean into the crutches. Lean into. So he puts me in that mode. It's not my fault.
So you remember the Pressure Luck show, the little whammies?
Yes.
So me and Deborah have little whammies for right now it's baseball season.
Okay.
And so when they hit a home run, there's a guy that hits it with a crutch, a little whammy, and has like robo legs and runs around the bases
Nice.
and stuff. And it's all Taylor's idea doing that.
That's funny.
So tell us a little about yourself, Justin. Your wife, you got kids? I mean,
Yeah, I have one wife, one child.
One wife.
One is all you need.
You have to you have to specify.
So far.
So far.
She won't listen. So you told me how many subscribers you have. She won't find this one. She just had
shots fired.
I know, right?
Right off the
She
bat.
just had her hips replaced, actually. So, and you know what they say, you buy the hips for the next guy. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it works out. But yeah, and my daughter is graduating high school in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And
What's her plans?
I don't know. Wish I could tell you. So she's on the Justin track.
On
She'll
the
probably
Justin-
be in the Navy in a year or so. We'll see.
Oh, really?
That will be my choice.
Oh, really?
That's the backup plan. So we'll see.
And what is you got any animals, dogs, cats?
Yeah, I've got a couple
fish?
cats. I've got Kevin. Yes, to all of it. I have Kevin the cat. I have Bella the cat, and then I have Matilda the border collie, and then I have a tank full of fish.
The border collie, you had it. Is that the same one you had for a long time?
No. This is number 4.
Let me guess. Was the first one named Millie?
Yes. Short for Millennium Dog. That's good memory. Excellent. And this
Yeah.
one's name is Matilda. I love people names on pets. I think it's just
Yeah, Kevin the cat. that's pretty good.
And he's named after. Remember Kevin Dufour?
Yes.
Garage Boy?
Yeah.
That's who he's named after. Kevin called me one day and he's like, "Hey man, I love you. Like all my pets are black and white." And he said, "I know you like black and white pets. I have a kitten here and you can come have him." And they were living in a hotel on Harry Hines, he and his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Like seriously flop housing it. And I go in there to get this kitten and it stank like smoke and was covered in fleas. And I gave Kevin $20. And that was the last time I saw him. So
He worked with me, didn't he?
he worked for Kyle at one point. Yes, he did work for you.
Yes,
too.
I think he did.
I think, yes.
Yes.
I don't know where he is now, but that's the story of Kevin the cat.
I got a dog named Billy.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's a girl.
Even better.
Yeah.
Like Billie Eyelash.
Well, more like Billy from Righteous Gemstones.
Even better. Even better.
Baby Billy.
Baby Billy. We got a truck named Baby Billy too.
Yeah. So, what got you into insurance, man? I mean, I've known you since the early 2000s. And
Sure.
You was doing insurance when I met you, but
So first, let me introduce my insurance company.
Oh, yeah,
agency.
most definitely.
So we're an agency, and we are the Pheonix Insurance. You can find us at pheonixinsurance.com. But we are one of the largest exotic and collector vehicle agencies in the United States. That's not all we do. That's just how we meet people. And I got into insurance because I used to be in. You ever seen the movie Boiler Room? What about Wall Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not Wall Street, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wolf of Wall Street.
There you
Wolf
go.
of- yeah.
So I was in a boiler room originally.
Great movie.
Yes, it is. But if you watch the movie Boiler Room, is written by the same guy, and I used to call people for oil investments in wells.
Like cold calling.
Yes, and we used to raise money for oil wells. And I did that for a long time. And one day I just realized that nobody ever made any money. So I could sell anything. I could do insurance. I had an acquaintance who was in the insurance business, and he said, "You can come work for me." And that's how I ended up in the insurance business.
You and your brother.
Yes, because Aaron worked with me as well at the oil exploration place.
So y'all came over at the same time
Yeah, more or less.
to that company.
Yeah, because I went out of the oil exploration company, A Blaze of Glory, ripped my painting off the wall and kicked the door open and all that
you're
stuff.
that guy.
So-
oh yeah,
So, on average, how much money that people actually gave actually went to oil exploration?
I can't speak to that, but I can tell you that I don't know. My boss went to jail. 2 bosses that went to jail. I'm not batting real well, but we would raise over $1 million a month
Yeah.
to explore for oil. And it was kind of fun, but I don't know how much of it went to it. I keep in my office, I have this little vial about this big of oil, because one time he took us out to a well, and that was, I think, all the oil we ever actually produced. And so it's in my office.
Wow.
Conversation piece.
Yeah. I mean, no, seriously, he went to jail for securities fraud. His 2 top salesmen went to jail, and it was a whole thing.
Oh wow.
So you got out the right time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I got into insurance, started out I used to be the guy, if you bought a custom bike, you probably talked to me when would that have been? The
2002, 2003,
yeah.
somewhere around there.
So yeah, 2000, yeah, about then. And so we would, when bikes were a big thing. And so you probably talked to me, we did motorcycle insurance.
That was a highlight of the chopper area.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like at one point, my brother and I were the official insurers for Iron Horse. So if you bought an Iron Horse, they would refer you to us. And so that's what we did.
Which is the American chopper Paul Tuttle.
Yeah, I was.
you're
Not
born
even.
yet.
I wasn't
He
even
wasn't
thought
even
of
born
yet.
yet.
Right, I know. That's
It was
the crazy
2006 guy.
So yeah, there was a time. Let me take you to the way back machine. And I would go into work on a Saturday, and we would close 10 or 15 policies on motorcycles that were $40,000 and more.
God.
And that was
Wow.
big back then.
And that was
That's
huge.
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Because credit was so loose. It was so funny. We'd get phone calls from strokers who we actually work with now again.
Yeah.
And we'd get phone calls from strokers, and the guy would call and be like, "Yeah, I got selling this 9-foot long motorcycle, and who's buying it? Her name is Jeannie. She's like 5 feet tall." I was like, "Put her boyfriend on the phone. That's who I got to talk to."
Yeah.
So, and then we got into classic cars with our own agency, and eventually exotic car insurance and collector car.
And you have a garage up in Addison, correct?
Yes, it's
For the-
Garage of America is what they're called. It's like a condo, or like think marina, but for car guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And we store our cars up there. I have, I showed you guys my milk truck. I have a 1955 Divco milk truck that I keep there. I have a 2011 Porsche 911 GTS. I just made a new Cayenne GTS for a company car, and that's what we have there now.
I got it wrapped.
The Cayenne, yes, it's outside.
Oh, we'll go look at it after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he invited me to, he's like, "Matt, you got to come up. It's the first weekend."
So please come out, join us. If you can hear this, come to Carrollton Garages of America.
All 27 people.
Oh, yeah, all 27 of you. You're welcome.
Maybe more after this.
28. I got a couple followers. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll jump on. But come up first Saturday every month, 9 to 11, Garage of America in Carrollton. We have breakfast burritos, tacos, coffee, donuts.
So my
et cetera.
experience going there, when he told me about this, I didn't realize the magnitude of what he did. And even though I've known him for over 20 years now,
That seems
then I took Deborah and my daughter up there, Emma, and I was thinking I just kind of really got into like muscle cars and stuff like that. I was thinking I was going to see some old Chevelles and Camaros and stuff. It was completely the opposite of any of that. I think there was one like old car, and it was on the back aisle, back there, the back row, back there. We ran to a guy that had a few things, but you had just name some of the cars that show up out there.
I mean, we've had Pagani Huayra, however you say it. Pagani's out there. We've had Bugattis, all of it. I mean, you think about it, but we had, I forget, it's called a Sizer, CZIER or something like that. All basically 3D printed car, like a multi-million dollar car. We have Porsches all the time. I'm a big Porsche club guy, big Porsche guy, so we have all flavors of Porsches out there.
McLarens,
Porsche race cars,
Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
I mean, we've had a LaFerrari out there. I mean, multiple Koenigsegg's. I mean, all that sort of thing. The guy who
That's a really cool.
it's neat.
It's cool. I ain't never seen nothing like it. And we went there, and I was just in awe when I pulled up. I was not expecting it whatsoever. And there was a BMW there. It was some type of BMW. I ain't never seen one in real life, and I was just tripping over how awesome it was. And even Deborah got to sit into a McLaren, met the guy, and everybody there that owns these cars are super nice.
Yeah.
And invited Deborah to sit down in it, and
But
he
not
bought
you?
he bought the car from.
It's a long crawl.
The guy bought the car from one of the NASCAR racing teams, the owner.
Yeah.
Richards, or I cannot even think. I'll think of it before the show's over.
Yeah, I don't know who that specifically is, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all. But the guy who has the garage caddy corner from me, name is Jack Griffin. He's a former Le Mans driver. He has.
Oh, wow.
He's one of the guys who's responsible for Garage of America, and he has an incredible collection himself. The classic car guy you met in the back corner. So he actually is the guy responsible for bringing. You guys know what automotive clay is when you detail your car.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's responsible for bringing that to the United States.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he holds the patent on that Tornador thing that you have the soap and you spray with. That's who he is.
Oh, like
wow.
the little bottle.
Yeah, the little bottle thing that you hook
Yeah.
up to your hose and all that. That's his
Oh
invention.
wow! So he making some money.
So we've had Ferrari. I want to say it's Ferrari chassis like number 7 or something out there, like the 7th Ferrari ever built.
Wow,
Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's impressive.
I mean, how many cars you get out there every month? I mean, on average.
hundreds. And they just opened phase 2, so I'm expecting it to be twice as big and twice as cool here very shortly.
And you're the main host of the whole deal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Smart.
That's awesome.
That's
I used to have to go to car shows. Now one comes to me once a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or anything interesting at these things?
Oh,
that
I
you
buy
bought?
all kinds of cool stuff at estate sales. I mean, watches and all of it. But I'm trying to think of the most interesting thing I found in an estate sale. That's so hard to say because I can't. You put me on the spot. But let me think. I mean, I found things that they don't know what they have, and they're worth a ton of money, and I sell them, obviously.
Right.
So I went to an estate sale, and they had. Here's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. So I went to an estate sale, and there's a certain type of lighter called an ST DuPont lighter. Like of rich guy stuff, it's the rich guy lighter. And
Like
like an old school lighter, but it's gold and it's lacquered and the whole 9 yards. And I like watches, and ST DuPont also made watches. And this is probably from the 70s, I'm thinking. So they had this little watch. It's a little bitty gold watch. It's square. And it was last day of the estate sale, last hour. And I was like, hey, does this thing run? I don't know. I said, okay, I'll give you $20 for it. And it was marked at like $200. And she goes, okay, that's fine. I'll take $20 for it. So it was gold anyway, so I won there. But she goes, do you want the matching lighter? And I said, what are you talking about? And she pulls out this ST DuPont lighter in a box. And it's a solid block of gold with lacquer and the whole 9 yards. And they had it, and it's like, if you buy a new one, it's thousands of dollars. And they had it marked at $500. I was like, I don't need a lighter that bad. She goes, you can have it for the same price as the watch. So that's probably my best get I can think of off the top.
do you still have them? Or do you
Yeah, I used to light my blowtorch. I'm not joking. I quit smoking. I had quit smoking at that point. So I just use it to light my barbecue and things like that.
Let me go get my lighter.
Let me go get my $1,000 lighter.
Exactly. My solid gold lacquer lighter. Let me just pop this off.
Do you do the cooking at your house?
Not very often. I
Not
try.
in the barbecuing?
Actually barbecue sometimes, but it's not like it used to be for me.
Yeah.
I'm making some bacon this week, so I curing my own meats. Another hobby I do.
Yeah.
So I'm making my own bacon, and that's mostly what I use the grill for, is for making sausage.
Aaron probably thinks you got a lot of hobbies.
Probably too many, but collecting records and vintage stereos, and I got
Yes.
him onto that.
Yeah.
So he has a huge record collection now as well.
What's your favorite record to go to?
My favorite go-to record. That's an excellent question. My favorite record of all time is, it depends on the mood, but if I'm listening to records the way I like to, which is at like 5 o'clock in the morning with a cup of coffee, I listen to the Chinatown soundtrack more than anything else.
Chinatown soundtrack.
Never heard
The
of it.
movie, this is my best movie of all time. Jack Nicholson, Chinatown, and it was part of what made Jack Nicholson famous, and it's just this great score set in the 30s. He's a detective in LA.
Kind of like big band type music?
No.
Oh, okay.
Very there is one, not big band song, but one song from that area, but mostly it's just instrumental soundtrack. And so it's just really an not ambient sound. It's hard to explain, but it's really good. And it's just one of my favorite things to listen to in the dark.
So what's one thing that you do every day? Is that it? That sets your
listen-
day apart, waking up early?
I wake
cup
up
of
early.
coffee?
I go to the gym most days. I go to the gym and then I listen to some music. I use a digital notebook. It's called a Remarkable, and I have.
Yes.
We were just talking about that
Yes.
yesterday at church.
Love it. I love it. It's the best. thing
I've
in
been
the world.
thinking about getting one.
Do it. You don't have to do the color one, but the Remarkable is great because you don't end up off track.
Yeah.
If I pick my phone up before long, I'm surfing the web, right? With my Remarkable, I gotta work. But so I go to the gym, I have my coffee, a little breakfast, and I sit down and figure out where am I at for the day, what am I want to accomplish, podcast, Maybank, Texas, drive forever. And make sure I know what I'm doing.
Sad
and then,
face.
Yeah, and then
I
plan
wonder if
out.
I could send Matt the gas receipt.
Can't this be a Zoom? But then I figure out what else I've got going on for the rest of the week. What does the weekend look like? And I just kind of spend every morning looking at what am I doing, what do I want to accomplish, and where does it go?
So the insurance, kind of back to insurance, and y'all do mainly the high end cars and stuff.
No, actually, I can. So I am one of the biggest,
Right.
but that's really my hook to meet people. We were looking at it this weekend. That's like 8% of my book are those type of policies, and the rest is all home and auto and stuff like that.
And
So y'all do insure normal cars as well.
Yeah. So, the trick is I meet you because you have this car. And if you have this car, you have a nice house and you have other cars and things and jewelry.
you're trying to bundle everything together.
I'll try to. I don't talk to you unless you will.
Yeah.
Like we don't mess around with, I don't shop for insurance. We advise.
Right.
So we work with folks like that and we advise, hey, here's what you need to cover. I've got 2 of my advisors are actually certified personal risk managers. So it's more than, I need home and auto. Right. They're looking at what are your risks. Have you ever heard of the movie Monuments Men?
Yes.
We just wrote that guy's, not George Clooney, but the guy who wrote the book, we just wrote his insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we work with individuals who have complicated situations, a lot of assets and things like that.
Do you have to do any I think you're tangled up over there.
I rolled over my cord there.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Edit this part out. Okay, go ahead.
Shorten that too. If you want to send some more through that hole,
I'm good now. I got a hold of
You have
it.
to do any continuing education and stuff throughout the years? I mean,
Me, not anymore. I've been doing this 20 years, and after 20 years, you know everything you can know in insurance, so they don't
Right.
make you. But yes, as an insurance agent, continuing education every 2 years and all that sort of stuff. But again, I am grandfathered in, so nothing for me to know.
yeah. So back to your hobbies. I know that you and your brother like to go to opening day for the Texas Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
And how long have y'all been doing that? It's been like a tradition of y'all's.
Yeah, I don't. We were doing this math the other day. I don't think I've missed an opening day in like 32 years.
That's amazing.
And including COVID when it was closed. We actually got a 6-pack of beer, drove out to the stadium, and drank beer in the parking lot so we could be at opening day that day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
So you've been in 3 different ballparks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you're going to Rangers opening day, you've been in 3 separate ballparks. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I used to go when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, when I was a young man, Rangers games, bleacher seats were $5 and you could smuggle in beer. It was pretty easy. So it was a great thing to do on a Friday afternoon. Let's go see the Rangers. And now we're season ticket holders. We have pretty good seats, and we go every year. I just went, because I'm a season ticket holder, I just went to the Arlington Grand Prix, the Indy race they did out in Arlington.
So yeah, I was there too. I think you messaged something. I think a comment or something to see if he was there or whatever, but I didn't get a reply back.
I bet I didn't see it. I apologize.
Yeah, that's all right. No, we sat at the very beginning of pit row.
Okay.
Down in the handicap section, Taylor, if you wanted to know. We had nobody by us. And we went on Saturday. We didn't go on Sunday.
Yeah, we had all 3 days. I used it as a marketing thing, right?
Yeah.
Clients. And
I think you did a giveaway for post your coolest car or something.
yeah, we
did.
gave tickets away Saturday. Sunday, I took some good clients and some prospects out there.
Yeah.
We were talking about strokers. I took out his daughter, Lena, and her husband is a friend of mine. We took them out with us. So
Rick Fairless's?
Rick Fairless's daughter.
Okay.
So, and then a couple of the friends. One of the guys that I took out on Sunday actually used I'll throw him a shout out, MC Squared Automotive, I think is how he says it. So he's the PDK guy, but he used to run a race team. And so we're going to try to get into doing race team insurance because he has all the connections. So he had me on in a year.
So where'd y'all sit at when you're just right there?
We were at honestly, we're in the parking lot I park in for, I think it was like turn 3 was our turn where we were at.
Okay.
So we had bleachers and stuff. It was fine. I mean, I'll go to any event, but I don't think I'd be a guy who follows racing.
I mean, it was cool to see the cars, but the seating absolutely sucked. So where we sat at, we was in the last turn.
Right.
And you enter pit row there, and they had a straightaway. Well, the straightaway, the fences was so high that you couldn't go down the straightaway. And I was not disappointed.
You could
but
barely just see the tops of the cars. We had the same thing going on.
yeah, and we paid a lot of money to go. I mean, I think, for the 2 tickets we paid, we were somewhere around $600 or $800.
Yeah, it was expensive.
For our seats and stuff. And I was disappointed also about the deal that I think they did a horrible job as far as the food and stuff, the vendors that was set up there. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 places to get something to eat, and it was like funnel cakes and corn dogs. I mean,
so we had a little better stuff. I may have been in the rich guy section, but we had hurtados out there where we were at.
We walked around to another section over by the Texas Stadium, and they had something there with like some Wagyu.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing there, and that whole area was the Wagyu nachos, and they were like $40-something.
That was the thing that upset me the most, is how expensive everything was. I bought lunch for my guest on Sunday, and like 3 of us, like $150. It was ridiculous.
And the nachos, I wanted to try them, but I'm like, I had the money. I was like, I'm not paying $40 for nachos.
Well,
so I got a corn dog, man. I went to sit down and a lemonade, and it was still like $30 for that.
It was crazy. But it was a neat event. So
yes, it was. It really was. I like the I don't know the different classes that were racing. You had they were doing the main guys,
the Indy guys.
I think they were qualifying or practice runs, but they had a class right before them. They had a race, and
Supras.
They did. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was cool. And no, they looked just like the Indy cars. But,
the smaller ones. I forget what those.
But they were louder than Indy cars.
Oh yeah,
the engines were.
Yeah, they were just a little bit smaller. Yeah, it was kind of neat. So actually, you were talking about opening day and all that sort of thing. I actually got to go on the field and hold the flag this year for opening day.
How was that?
It was cool. We were joking.
Did you do it or just Aaron?
I did. Aaron and I both did it. And we were having we were joking and having a good time down in the tunnel. And
Are you gonna fall?
That's what I kept saying. I was like, I'm just gonna jump on the flag as you can keep it tight.
Yeah.
The woman next to me was pissed that I was making such disrespectful jokes, but Aaron and I were having a good time.
Yeah.
And then, right before we go on the field, they go, okay, so here's how it's gonna go. You're gonna go out there, and then you guys got to run this way. And we were like, what? And we had to run, and 2 ladies did fall and end up under the flag, and they had to crawl out to the other side. It was hysterical.
You should have been that guy.
I wanted to be, but
I know back in the day, I was telling the guys earlier, when you're doing the motorcycle stuff, I said your brother and the other guys there were all like Harleys and baggers and stuff. And I said Justin was the Triumph Cafe type bike. And he's always been, I don't know what the word is. He's always eccentric, maybe different. I mean,
off the beaten path with what's popular kind of thing.
And I think that's what kind of drew me to be friends with Justin. I was friends with his brother too, but me and Justin always had a closer bond. When I go up to their office, I would sit at Justin's desk and we'd chat it up for hours sitting there. But he always interests me with all the different things that he's into, and I think our personalities always kind of mesh together really well. What's the biggest Ranger game? Is there one game at 1 year that was just?
Oh, World Series.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have 4 seats altogether, and myself, my brother, and then my buddy Aaron, who you may have met, but he went with us, and we couldn't find a 4th, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So we ended up selling the seat, and we have good seats, and that seat was empty for most of the game. And then towards the end of the game, this guy comes in, he reeks of weed, stayed for like 1 inning, and then left.
Yeah.
So he just needed to get in the stadium, I guess, to have a good time, and then he didn't need the seat at all.
Y'all was there. Did they win the World Series on the road though? Didn't
They
they?
won on the
did.
road.
Yeah.
We were at a game they won here in Dallas, though.
Yeah.
So I forget what it was, but
That was such a great series too.
it was. Hoping for this year, we'll see.
What do you think they're going to do this year?
I don't know. Corey Seager's good. You know, they got a good lineup, but it starts that way every year. We'll see.
What's your record right now?
I couldn't tell you that.
It's like 9 and
Taylor probably knows.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All I
Taylor, I
know
thought
is
you was the sports guy here.
man, I am, and I've been so much more concentrated on Maybank baseball. But the thing that I have seen throughout the year is that Jack Leiter has been coming along really well this
yeah.
year. Apparently, he's starting to show out.
yeah.
So
What about Langford? How's he doing? I ain't got to watch any games yet.
he's good.
Yeah, I think he's all right.
He sat for.
We
like
lost
3
opening
games.
day as is tradition, so I don't know. Could
It's
be
a
a good
tradition.
season, could be a bad season. We'll see.
Yeah. So Taylor has
11-11. Sorry, they're on top of
we're
the
on top of the
West.
division.
11-11. Yeah.
They've already played 22 games.
Yeah, they just lost 2 games to the Mariners. I think they won the first of the 3-game series.
Where are they
and
showing the
lost
games
2.
on? Is it Bailey?
No, Bally's is shut down.
No,
Victory
you
now.
have. I think that you have to subscribe online to something. Now.
Victory Plus.
Victory Plus.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, so if you have DirecTV, you can't watch it?
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, that's why
Packet.
I haven't seen any of the games.
Yeah.
$40 hot dogs, private baseball. What's this world coming to?
Yeah, that's crazy. So Taylor has a unique knack of is it football? Like you ask any player of whatever year and like stats.
Chris says that, dude. Like even I was thinking about it whenever I left that day. Whenever I said Rolando Blackman to that question, I was wrong. It was Mark Aguirre. That was the first Mavericks
Wait, man, you said
number
it
1
with
overall
confidence,
pick.
mate.
That's what I'm saying. So yes, I know a ton about sports, but I'm not the walking encyclopedia that Chris makes me sound like.
So you got
Yeah.
some segments up ready for us?
I do, and we can rock it and roll it, and Braedon can just join us whenever he gets here.
Did he get a walk in?
I think he got a client or something that walked in.
Oh, gotcha.
But
It's crazy, Justin, that we'll sit here all morning, nobody will come in, and every time we shoot a podcast, we do this it drops on Wednesdays,
Okay.
by the way, but it's, so
Don't tell people when we shoot, because then people will want
Yeah.
to start walking in.
Well, today's the day we shoot,
Right.
And every day on this day, like as soon as we shoot, we'll get 2 or 3 people walk in,
Right.
every single time.
well, it's better to have 2 or 3 people walk in than 2 or 3 people think about coming and not coming. So if you're looking,
And that's one of the things too. I want to kind of touch on Justin. I talked to him about my business very much, but when we first opened up down here right after COVID, we was in the downtown area on Market Street.
Okay.
And this main road right here, it takes you to 175.
Okay.
And it has old historical buildings and stuff like that.
Little town downtown. I get it.
But no one ever turned down that street.
Right.
And we struggled with just having people just walk in, and we had our own jobs. People come to us a lot of times because we're doing the remodel too.
Right.
So it makes it a great place. Hey, come pick out your stuff. And that's where most of our materials are being sold at. Very rarely, Matti works most Saturdays and he'll get a walk in here and there, down there. And when the opportunity came up to buy this building, it's at a great location. I forget how many, I think it was 50 to 75,000 cars pass by here every single day. And since we moved here, we get walk-ins. At least somebody walks in almost every single day.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if
have you
not a
seen a bump?
handful. And I'm like, yes, it is about location.
Absolutely.
Type of deal. So anyways, go ahead, Taylor.
no, for sure. I think that's a Good talking point there. All right, boys. Well, we will move on to a couple of little segments here, and we're going to go ahead and start with Guess That Price. So this is the second time we've played this game. Justin, this will be your first time playing. Basically, as you see here, I've got some items, okay? And these are all found on Facebook Marketplace within 40 miles of where we are now. So these aren't coming from the big city.
I think Justin might win this.
Already checked your marketplace.
And I was thinking
If
that
I'm
when he was
coming out
talking
here,
about
if
it.
I'm coming out here, I might be looking for something.
Hey, might as well.
Yeah, I do that.
Might as
go
well
home with a
leave with
tractor.
something, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
He's in the land of it.
So basically, what this is, it's basically a ripoff of Prices Right here, Justin. So I'm going to show you an item. Y'all are all going to give me a guess on what you think that item costs. Closest gets the point. Let me get a pencil. I didn't grab myself.
And you can't go over.
Can't go over? I hadn't played this one yet.
Oh, you wasn't here last week when we played it.
It
So
wasn't last week. It was the week before.
the week before. Oh yeah, you was here last week.
Yeah.
It was
like
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go over, you don't win. Just like the Price is Right.
What do I win? Anything?
No,
Do I get to plug my YouTube channels?
absolutely. That's something we didn't talk
No,
about.
I don't think we got to that.
No, I mean, what
Let's
is
do
your
this
what?
first, and we'll come back to it.
Huh?
We'll do that. We'll tease it.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
tuned. You can learn about my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Look at that.
very popular YouTube channel.
Yes.
All right, boys. So let's see. I've got a Justin, I've got a Matt, and I've got a Matti. We'll put Braedon on here in case he ends up showing up. All right, boys. So let's go ahead and go with our first item on Guess That Price. So now they're in order that I wrote them down, so I'll be clicking around. So first thing we have got. Oh, are you really going to open on this side? That's annoying. All right. Is a life-size cutout poster of Edward Cullen from the Twilight Saga. So I've got it. So you guys, we will start with the guess first. So Justin, give me your guess. What is the price of the 6 foot tall Edward Cullen cutout there?
Is your daughter a fan of the Twilight?
No. My daughter is. If you think I'm a little different, she's very different. So no, not really. She's a fan of anime and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
$40.
$40. Okay, Matti?
I was going to say $30. So
$30. And Matt?
I'll say 20.
20 for Matt. 30 for Matti. And first point of the night is going to go to...
I think it's 40.
I've got a reveal here, actually. So let's reveal it. Justin. So Justin is going to take
leave
it.
room for negotiation.
$60 for that bad boy right
Can we meet in the middle at 50?
Exactly.
Yeah. I watch American Pickers every week.
I sell a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, it's kind of my hobby is buying and selling things.
Yeah, yeah.
right? And I sell a lot of stuff, and it boggles my mind the offers that I get. Like we were talking earlier about my Jaguar I sold 5. At what I put it up, it was a hell of a price. And I had a guy who's like,
Low ball of crap out of you.
Oh, $1,000. You know, I sold that old 944 I used to have, and it ran, but it wouldn't move. And in the ad, I was very clear. I was like, you'll need to bring a trailer and all this sort of thing. And I had one guy, can I drive it to Austin? I was like, you can drive it outside of my gate, and then that's up to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to number 2 here, boys. Sorry, I didn't have my document in front of me. I've got it here
I
now.
remember these everywhere.
All right, so these are, as you see, peanut M&M statues. I've got a little descriptor here if y'all would like it first.
I'd like to know more about the prize.
Sure, we are selling this person's personal collection of M&M display characters. There's 7 in total. We'll sell them all together or separate. They are in pretty good condition. They have
there
some
holes
minor
inside of them?
scuffs. The large one is 4.5 feet tall and very, very rare. It is one of the first ones ever produced and very hard to find. Blue one has small parts on the M that have come off, but it's mostly there, plus a little paint peel on the cavity. So we're going to do it as a lot price. So y'all tell me what you think these are going for as a lot price. We'll go in the opposite order. So, Matt, you start it this time.
Are these plastic or porcelain?
They're plastic, probably. I think they had M&Ms inside them at the store.
Yeah, they did. It was just a big
Like
pile
bags
of
of M&Ms.
Let's see.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it doesn't say anything about what they're actually made out of. I'm sorry.
They're plastic.
I want to say 1650.
1650. All right, Matty.
He went on and on about how rare that blue one is. I'm going to say $2,700.
2,700. All right, Mr. Justin.
Man, that's tough. I guess I'll go split the difference, say 25. I'll meet you in the middle.
25 in the middle. All right,
I should go
boys.
1651 on me.
I should have. I didn't think about that.
All right, so I should have had a better contingency for this, but all of you are overbid at this point. So we're just going to go ahead and
How
round
much is this bargain?
Well, we're gonna go ahead and go again. I want to put these points on the board, so we'll start it all again. We'll do the snake draft thing again. So Justin, it's less than 1650. I'll put that. That was the lowest number was 1650. So your second guess, sir.
$1,200.
$1,200. All right, Matty.
$795.
$795.
That seems too cheap.
Mr. Mosier.
$1.
$1. All right. Well, let's see who is going to take home the points on this one. Justin again. Justin will be taking home the
told you this guy.
M&Ms as well. So far he's taken home a bunch of new friends. He's got an Edward Cullen poster and some M&Ms to hang out
That
with
was
now.
my original impulse. It was $1,500.
No,
that seems like a reasonable number. Not reasonable, but I don't know why you'd want those. But
Well,
the blue one's that rare. Okay, this.
what about this one? Now, this is kind of a cool piece right here. So this is
That'd be
a
cool at the garage.
Bigfoot statue here. So I'm trying to remember which direction I'm going. Come on, hop in,
some
Braedon. You
crutches
can
in
hop
his
back in. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're doing. You were here for the last time for Guess That Price, right?
Yeah.
No, so Price is Right, basically. Okay, so we're on to our next
Can I
thing.
get a
here.
description of this, what it's made out of?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. This is, well, actually, there's not much here. It says Bigfoot, cash or card pickup in Lindale. If you need help to load it, bring it. It is about 69 inches tall. So that's all the information we have got on this guy. I can give you all a little bit more of a zoom here as well, if you would like. So that Bigfoot statue right there. So, Braedon, since you just walked in, let's go ahead and start with you, buddy. What are you bidding for the Bigfoot statue?
You know, for some reason, I want to say that I've actually seen this statue in Lindale. I'm going to say you're looking at $754.
$754. All right, Matty?
$755.
That's so dumb. I hate going first.
Justin?
I'm gonna go low and say 600.
600.
And $1.
No, 600 because you got to leave room for negotiation because he wants 500 for it.
All right, Matt, what are you thinking?
400.
$400.
The winner's Matti.
All right.
$900.
And let's see who won it.
Justin's going to win it again.
Nope. Braden's worst nightmare
Oh, wow.
comes true
There.
as Matty will take it at almost $1,000 off. So, Matty, you're getting a big fat discount on this at almost
$16.95 for
$1,000.
that?
I would have to know. Like, I would have
$16.95.
made a better guess if I knew it's. If it's blow molded plastic, I think our guesses were all appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's
metal.
metal, if it's metal or carved wood, that would be a different thing.
Yeah.
Very bad seller.
Or it could be bronze.
Could be. That's what I'm saying. That's bronze.
Yeah.
And that's literally
Way more
all
than
it
that.
says on
Right.
here is
for
Bigfoot
$1,600,
$16.95 plus tax.
So I think it's probably like concrete plaster.
Could be something, and they're probably a reasonable price too. But I was thinking, who knows?
All right. Well, I got
It
two
doesn't
more
look as much
here.
like Bigfoot as it looks like Dr. Zaius from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, we got two more guys, and so right now Justin is in the lead with 2 points, Matty with 1. So if anybody else wants to beat Justin other than Matty, they're gonna actually even Matty, they're gonna have to get both of these. So let's go ahead and go with the next one. This crazy deal right here. So guys, this is a stool. A sitting stool, as you see, this is the top where you would sit on, made like a cheeseburger. So this must have came out of like some kind of fast food restaurant or something like that. All it
2
says
beef
is,
patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah, there
That's
you
a
go.
Big Mac.
I was going to say that's a Big Mac all day.
all it says is cheeseburger stool,
$5.99.
19 inches, fun novelty decor, viral furniture, cheeseburger stool. Very unique, hard to find. So, Maddie, this
Viral
time we're going to
furniture.
start with you. We haven't started with you yet. What are you bidding on the cheeseburger stool?
$285.
$285.
That's a good guess.
All right. And Braedon?
I'm gonna say like 150.
$150.
I'm gonna upset you.
All right. Matt, I'm sorry.
$85.
$85. And Mr. Justin.
I'll go in the middle. I'll say 100. I was gonna say 150, so I was gonna do like 151, but I'll say $100.
You should have said 86.
All right. And let's see who is going to
It's gonna be right
take
under
home the
150.
points. No, sir. Mr.
Oh,
Braedon,
come on.
right on the money here. So you are going to get a point. So you, Braedon, if you can get this next one, you and Justin will tie.
Or Maddie.
Or Maddie. Yep. The only person that can't win now is Matt.
Yeah, so make him
I'm
go.
over.
Make him go first.
Okay, sounds good. It's actually a good idea. All right. So next thing on the board, last thing on the board is this here Amish wagon.
This
Oh,
he probably knows this
He's
prize.
all into this one.
So this is a road legal horse-drawn buggy with battery-powered lights, interior and exterior. It's been garage kept and in good shape. And if you look, I mean, man, that interior
local?
looks freaking. I mean,
Go pick it
just
up.
I was
spot
gonna say
on.
I got a hitch on my truck.
Only if
How
I
much-
get to ride in the back of it.
How much to insure that bad boy?
We could talk about that. Well, let's figure out what it's worth, and I can actually tell you.
Well, Matt, we'll start with you since you are kind of in the back seat there.
$3,100.
$3,100. Okay. And you know what, Justin? Since you've got two, we'll give the guys a chance. You give me your bid.
I'm gonna say $7,500.
$7,500. All right, Maddie.
It's not a Porsche.
You try to make one.
I think there's,
I think you should just go. You should just make it where he can't win. Go 75 at
I
one.
think there's like $3,500 worth of plush in that thing.
Yes.
Look at the wheels.
I know. That's what I'm
How
thinking.
many spokes are those? 17 spoke wheel.
$4,800.
Oh man, you put me in a pickle here.
4,800. All right, and Braedon.
You know, I'm just gonna go off the one that I have done. You always put something that was just nobody ever even gets close. So I'm gonna say that it's over 75. So I'm gonna go 7501.
7,501.
He just blocked you, Justin.
No, he didn't, because we are going to go again, boys. Everybody has overbid on the price, so we have got
really?
He was way
another
over, Justin.
Wow. I mean,
bottom bid as of right now, $3,100.
He's trying to pick up a higher premium is what he's trying to do.
So, Matt, we're going to go in the
I'll
same
deal an
order
exotic
here.
wagon.
So, Matt, you had the closest answer, so we'll let
Give
you
me
start
$1,100
off. $1,100. Okay, Mr. Justin?
15 for me.
15 hundo. Matty?
$1,999.
$19.99. And last but not least,
Amish
Mr. Braedon.
special.
One apple.
What
That's funny.
One butter churning service.
I have a feeling it's in between one of y'all's. What did you guess?
I forget. What did I get?
1,500?
Yeah, 1,500.
1650.
16.
We're all over.
Maddie's gonna win it right here.
All right.
Probably like 2,700.
So what we now know, gentlemen, is that I need
If it's under 1,000, we got to go buy it.
make sure I have more
Absolutely.
things next time, because Braedon is going to come in at the back stretch and tie up Mr. Justin. So unfortunately, our first game, guys, is going to end in a tie, because that's all I've got. So
Take the tie.
we'll see who is the overall daily winner here when we play our next game, and see who wins out of the two of y'all.
All
You'll
right.
be crowned our daily champion.
Would you be able to insure something like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know standalone by itself, right? Like if you had a car collection, I could probably pinch it in there. But honestly, for $1,900, I would advise you to just insure it yourself, right? Because I don't
is
know
how?
if it breaks $1,900. I
Buy
don't know
it.
if you
Buy
have
a new
to
one.
buy a new one. I mean, I have guys who do that with fancy cars too, but I don't know that you need liability if you have a wagon. I don't.
You'd have to have liability on the horse that's pulling the wagon.
I don't know how that works legally, but if it's from an insure yourself perspective, I mean,
So you should go home. I mean, you mentioned earlier in the deal, like you've been there 20 years, haven't done any education.
We need some
Maybe
wagon
you need to
insurance.
educate yourself on some Amish type stuff
no,
like this.
the Amish can't use phones; they can't call me.
But if you turn that into a hot rod and pulled up, you would
Okay, no, that's cool as hell. We actually, I used to actually insure the Munster coach. So, like Eddie Munster, the actor that played
Right.
Eddie Munster, I used to insure his Munster coach. Butch Patrick was a friend of mine. So I've insured cars that kind of look like that. So let's say that was a hot rod. You asked the question. Let's make it reasonable. Put a motor on that. You're not getting that done for less than 20 grand. So you've got a $2,200 car, or $22,000 car. You'd probably be at a couple $100 a year to insure that for agreed value coverage.
Sweet.
Makes
So,
you have
okay.
a wagon meet.
I know this is off topic, but I had to step away. So I have no idea how insurance works.
Okay.
Like on the insurance side of it.
Okay.
So let's say I have full coverage. I wreck my truck. Where does the money that pays for my truck? Where does that money come from?
It's a pool between you and everybody else that has insurance with that company.
So
if
it comes out of the company, technically.
Yeah, I mean, the companies make investments and so on. So insurance is a pooled risk. Okay, so I don't know if you've got Progressive or whatever, right?
Right.
But essentially, you guys are all pooling your risk together, and your premium goes to pay for his wreck if he has it, right?
Oh, wow.
If he's with the same company, and so it's a pooled risk situation, and that's how that.
So like in reality, if everybody just happened to wreck it all at one time, that insurance company could get screwed over really badly.
Theoretically, but insurance companies have insurance called reinsurance. So they have X number of assets, and then they have insurance to cover the rest.
Okay.
Insurance on top of insurance on top of insurance.
Right. Exactly. It's all around.
So do you have a number of like how much you have in that pool?
Oh, you?
No, like you as your insurance agency.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough question. So I can tell you how much premium I have in my agency. So my agency right now is responsible for about $17.5 million worth of premium, which is a drop in the bucket comparatively, right? But that's what we have. But how much money I'm covering in that? I mean, I have people with multi-million dollar houses and cars and stuff. So my 17 million doesn't equate to that.
Right.
That makes sense?
The value of the assets that he's
That I'm
insuring.
insuring is vastly more than that. And that's how insurance works.
So, at being an insurance agent, is there any point in time if, let's say you just write any policy for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say a bunch of your clients just start having risk and stuff. Can the companies you represent come back to you and just cut you off? Like,
Oh, yes. It's happened.
Yes.
So in our early days, when we first transitioned to this classic car thing, because when first couple of years we were open, we didn't really have a direction, right?
Right.
So then we went classic cars, but I run with exotic car people. One of my Aaron kind of got mad at me sometimes because my marketing was hanging out in a parking lot with guys and going to race down the tollway at night. But it worked.
Yeah.
And we insured several Lamborghinis. We had a guy get a new Lamborghini. And if you've never driven a Lamborghini, they're very, very low. In fact, it's an option to have a nose lifting kit so you can go down driveways, right? But they're very low, and we insured this car and understand that like classic car insurance premium is very low, $200, $500, right?
A month.
No, a year is what that would be. So it's
Do you still pay monthly?
no, you pay if it's $200, you just pay it, right? But so Lamborghini is a little more expensive. So let's say Lamborghini insurance, $2,000 a year, but it represents $200,000 worth of risk. So
is it because they just don't drive? It's not an everyday driver?
Yeah, it's not as risky unless it's Lamborghinis, and I'll finish the story and tell you why. So he went through a construction area where they've been grinding down concrete, and there was something in the road that was still sticking up, and it tore off his oil pan, and it cost my insurance company $130,000, and that was the last policy I wrote with them because my whole book wasn't worth that much in premium, right? And so it was a bad risk for us to keep writing. Now that was only one, but that taught me the lesson pretty early. Put it in the right place. It doesn't matter what it costs.
So, like it's more expensive for me to insure my truck than an exotic car.
Yeah, because you're riskier. You're out there every day in it. You're driving around. You park it in the grocery store. You do everything with
Is that why motorcycle insurance is so much cheaper?
it's
Because it's not a.
because you're going to die. Who do they got to pay?
That's pretty harsh.
True though.
No, but
Very
no,
true.
your motorcycle, yours is fairly expensive. I've seen it out there, right? But it's
Yeah.
not crazy, right? So it's not that much risk. The odds of you killing anybody but yourself are pretty low, right? Really, with exotic car insurance, you almost pay as much for the liability side of things, because if you get into a minor accident in a Lamborghini, you must be a multimillionaire, so I'm going to sue your pants off, right? So that's a big part of the risk. Part of it's the property part. Two basic parts of insurance. I'll give you an education. This is where you lose some of your followers. We're going to talk insurance. But liability, what you do to other people. And then your property, what you do to your stuff. And so those are the two sides of things. And you have to think about where's that liability risk versus where's the property risk. I'm sure your truck's very nice, but they know exactly what it costs to repair it, and they know exactly what a guy your age in this area, how many times you're going to wreck it and roughly when. So they know exactly how to gauge for that. Whereas exotic cars, I have friends who brag about how few miles they put on their cars. So there's no risk.
So you also have a YouTube channel, the Husman. That's with one S.
Yes.
Husman Brothers.
Husman Bros.
Bros. BROS.
Yes.
And you have the Pheonix Insurance.
Yes.
I know the Husman Bros. I mean, you got over 10,000 subscribers. You're kind of a big deal, and I didn't even know it.
I almost wore my. I do have a T-shirt shop as well, where I sell my Husman Bros T-shirts. But I almost wore my
Little merch shop.
Yeah, I almost wore my niche micro influencer T-shirt.
But you do have your Pheonix.
Yeah, this
shirt
is
on.
my Pheonix shirt. Yes.
Yeah,
But yeah. I have Husman Bros. If you have a browser and you can pull up Husman Bros, one of our last videos, I have a client who has 3 motorized pirate ships. One of them is 40 feet long, and the other 2 are 20 something feet
And you
long.
insure?
I
You're
remember
insure
seeing
these?
you posting this.
So,
Yes.
so how much? Well, I don't know if you're able to. But how
I'm not
much
a
is
doctor.
How much do they have to pay a year to insure that?
HIPAA rules.
Right, exactly. To insure, I'm having to guess here because I don't
Right,
really write
right.
policies, but I want to say his premium for those ships is somewhere in the $10,000 to $15,000 a year.
For the year, right? So let's say they take it out and wreck it. Do you have to cover the cost?
Me personally, no.
Husman Bros.
I'm a broker. So yeah, that's us right there. So I'm a broker, and so I have different companies for different purposes. That one was a tough one, and so I had to. Yeah, if you go there, go street legal pirate ships right down there. So if you had to, but I'm a broker, so I put it in the right place,
Right.
and that's how we do.
So
it.
so there's not a lot of risk on your end. It's
I mean,
more
there's a
risk.
ton of risk on my end. Losing the business, just mute it and you can run through it. But there's not a lot of risk on my end except for writing bad business.
So
If
you
this guy
couldn't-
wrecked these pirate ships all the time, I would not be able to write things like this.
Right. So that pool you were talking about, you don't necessarily have a pool since you're
No,
You kind of
I'm a broker.
put them to the pool they need to be in.
Yes, I help them find the right place they need to be. But insurance is basically pooled risk. Yes.
So is it kind of like a real estate? Before you become a broker, you have to be an insurance agent for so long, or
No. I mean, I could have opened my business right away, but I wouldn't know anything.
Right.
But insurance is that's one of the smaller ones. And so this was one of the greatest. It was cold as hell, but it was a great morning because he took us for a ride and we drove down the service road on the highway.
On the highway with
on
that.
the highway. Yeah.
It's street legal.
Yes.
I would have
That's so dumb.
slowed down and went
It
like
was
this.
super dumb. I'll tell you why he did it though. So I asked him, what was the inspiration for this? This guy's a biker. He goes to Sturgis. So he says, me and my boys would go to Sturgis and we'd haul up a 4-wheeler with a trailer and a stripper pole on it. And I found myself driving around with girls on the stripper pole, but they were behind me. So I came home and I was like, well, that doesn't work for me. So how do I get them in front of me? And so he sketched it out. And so that's the 2 masts, and he drives from the back. That's him in the back there. And so that was the whole theory behind it. He built the 2 small ones, and then he built the big one.
Yeah.
And so this is his thing.
Does he take them to Sturgis every year?
He used to. He doesn't as much anymore though. He takes the big one to Vegas once a year and runs it up.
Does
and
he
down
trailer
the street.
it?
Yeah. Now he'll drive the small one to Fort Worth. He told us that he and his boys
How fast will
on
it
like a Friday night because he's over in Fort Worth. And so on Friday night, they'll load up and go to TCU and pick up girls. And he's older than me. So he's living his best life.
So how fast does that thing go?
Faster than I'd want to go.
It's probably on a bus chassis.
Yeah, it's on like an F350 or something like that. Wow. The big one is on a diesel motorhome chassis. And he just installed a huge new motor in it. So he's like, it'll go as fast as you need it to. So.
Did y'all talk about what do you insure them for? I mean, what is it?
I want to say it's like $15,000 for the policy, but it's several $100,000 worth of pirate ships. They're completely custom, right?
Yeah.
And so it's relative.
I bet he gets pulled over when he drives it too.
No, because he's in Fort Worth, and Fort Worth is like bigger Maybank. They know who he is. How many pirate ship guys are there?
he might be the only one.
Probably, right?
And if I had multiple ones, I mean, I'd have to have like a pirate fight down the highway.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
actually, if you watch Pawn Stars, he was on Pawn Stars with these.
I feel like I remember that.
They sought him out.
Wanting to buy it?
No, because they needed video for it. Yeah, they sought him out and then made the video like he was going to sell it. But yes, one of the small ones was on Pawn Stars.
So it was like a clickbait.
Yeah, Pawn Stars is all set up.
Yeah, no,
nobody
buys or sells any of the crap that they actually.
In fact, there's another guy on Pawn Stars. If we're going to go on a sideways trip here, Bob, a guy who always wears suspenders and like he builds. He was a client of mine for a while. He builds Back to the Future cars and things like that. He's been on there many times, and I know Bob doesn't sell anything, but he's been on there many times as a guest because he lives in Vegas and knows those guys.
Okay, another crazy question.
DeLoreans.
But yeah, DeLoreans and things like that.
Another crazy question just came to mind.
Yeah.
Do you have any clients that have a Batman car?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. It's a current client. How well do you guys know Dallas radio? Russ Martin? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah,
he has one.
Okay. Not anymore.
Yeah.
The guy who has it, the guy who has it now is a client.
Yeah.
And so he owns his Monster Mobile and his Batmobile. And so we do those cars.
So do y'all insure monster trucks?
Yes, actually, one of our other niches is off-road vehicles. So we have a client there on YouTube. The name is Light Bright. And they do lots of off-roady type stuff. And we actually went out to Utah to go do crazy off-roading stuff with them. Not a fan.
Sandrails cars.
Sandrail cars, these crazy buggies. She took me through this place where I was completely sideways and upside down like half the time. It's insane. But we
like
do
rock crawl.
Yes, like rock crawling stuff. It was
like
crazy.
Jeeps.
So I got a buddy of mine that lives in
ATVs.
Crandall.
Yeah.
That he goes. They have a big race every year up somewhere out there.
The Hammer or whatever.
Yes.
They've done that.
Yes.
And so yeah, it's hardcore. And so we do they're just custom cars really, right? And so
that's those premiums are probably a lot more expensive.
yes.
Okay.
Because it's much riskier. Right. I mean,
anytime you put race in it.
well, not even race. It's just think about from a risk perspective, right? You've got a 57 Chevy. It's parked in your garage all the time, et cetera. If you made a bunch of money in the oil field and you fill your car up with all the shiny chrome and stuff like that, that sits outside your apartment complex. So which one is going to get stolen? Which one, again, you made your money in the oil field. How much more likely is it for you to wreck that truck or run over a hooker or something on a Friday night versus the guy in the 57 Chevy?
Yes.
That's the answer to that question. Yes.
So different risks, right? And
Do you insure any drag racers?
We're just gonna ask him like every kind of vehicle.
I mean, I insure
No, I'm just curious.
like active drag
I had one
racers.
more.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Like a Street Outlaws or anything like those guys? Or
No, not really. I have a couple clients who have classic
I don't know
Porsche
if they
race
have
cars.
insurance. Those guys don't.
No, the way that works is it's called Pheonix Insurance. And we probably do some, but nobody like you'd know, right? But so if you have a drag car, you don't really cover it for the road. You cover it for in the pits, on the trailer, and in the hotel. And that's called Pheonix Insurance. And yes, we do plenty of that.
Yeah.
Right. But I have a guy who has a collection of classic Porsche race cars, like the 908s and things like that from the Le Mans movie and stuff. So those are a lot of race cars I insure.
Did you watch that latest Le Mans movie?
Yeah. Yeah, with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like 60s Le Mans cars.
All right.
Like
No, I'm just.
right. Yeah, that was good. I liked it. I tried to get into F1 this year. It's too complicated and I don't care.
What about helicopters?
No, I don't do aviation. Okay. Aviation's a whole different animal. I refer those out. It's not my thing. If maybe someday I want to learn to fly, I would, but I'm good.
So like, okay, let's say you did want to do aviation. Mm-hmm. Do you have to,
Well, I guess so, since your salesmen are actually the ones writing the policies, but they're writing it for another business.
What do you mean? So yeah, they're brokers. Like just like you guys sell tile here.
Yeah.
I provide the companies and they sell it.
So basically, like us selling tile
Like a
here, we have different
subcontractor.
we have different manufacturers or whatever.
Kind of like a subcontractor. I'm a
Yeah.
broker though. I mean legal things, but basically yes.
So he represents a bunch of different insurance companies.
That you
He'll
can't
talk-
have
Exactly.
that you don't have access to.
But your guys write the bids still.
yeah.
Or bids,
Business.
policies.
We don't bid.
Right. Don't say that, Matt. And then next Monday morning, that's what Matt's going to
No
tell
more
us.
bid.
We're not bidding no more. We're selling. That's it.
We're writing contracts.
Exactly. We don't quote it. We were talking at a sales meeting the other day. One of the problems we have in our business is that people think it's a poker game, but it's not. Right? I can't give you good advice unless I understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so we have people who occasionally send us their declaration pages where all your coverage is, and they'll black out the dollar amounts. So I instruct my guys to go ahead and send our quotes back blacked out.
Really?
Yep.
Does it work?
Yep.
Maybe that's what we should do. If
You
they
said,
don't,
you
if
said
they-
price doesn't matter. You said you want to talk about coverage with me. Let's talk about coverage.
Yeah.
And then that's how it goes.
yeah.
That's probably not a
They-
bad idea.
They don't want. They don't want to give us a
No,
budget.
we have a sales meeting every Monday morning.
Sure.
And one of the deals is what's going over today is we're there to fix a problem they have. That's why they called us. And most of the time it is a problem of some kind, but sometimes people just want an upgrade of everything.
Sure.
But you're there to fix the problem. Let's fix the problem. Write the contract up. I think that's a great idea.
But even more so, you're there to identify because you guys are professionals, the problems they don't know they have.
right.
Right. And that's really what we do is if you don't know the problem, sure,
your
they called
undercoverage
you,
or
they
whatever.
called you because they want new kitchen floors. But did you identify, well, your cabinet's going to look terrible once I finish with that.
Yes.
Right. So that's real salesmanship.
I did a job, the Bonner's house, and it was 3 different bathrooms, moving stuff around, painted the whole interior of the house, put flooring most of the house, and we did most everything in the house but the kitchen. And every time I have to go back over there, and I meet them there, they're talking about doing a second story addition on it, or whatever. And the last 2 or 3 times I've been over there, I looked at them, I was like, when are we going to do the kitchen?
Right.
Because it sticks out like a sore thumb and everything. And one of these days, I'm going to get them to do that kitchen.
Absolutely. But yes, good salespeople identify problems and then find
Yeah.
solutions.
So what you got up next for us? Taylor's back about to fall asleep.
I'm not about to fall asleep. I'm letting you host your own show,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Come on now.
I thought you might be looking for handicap jokes or something.
Oh my God. I'm never going to live this down. He puts it in my crosshairs that makes me the bad guy. All right. All right. So I do have one more little game here. I was going to do a short one. Let's just go ahead and do this one because I spent a lot of time on this. So let's do this one. All right. So, guys, what I have got here is what I am calling stock photo or politician. Okay. So I'm going to show you somebody. I have got, matter of fact, I need to bring up my little document again. I have got descriptions of these people, kind of some basic kind of information kind of stuff. And y'all are going to have to tell me whether this is just something I completely made up and used a stock photo or if it's an actual true blue politician. Okay. And this is like, you're not going to see like, oh, Sleepy Boy or Donald J up there. You're not going to see either one of those. So kind of more obscure type things. So again, let me pull up my little document here and we will be ready to rock and roll.
Pretty much saying if it's fake or not.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. So let's start. Well, let's just go ahead and start with old Evan. How about that? All right. So, gentlemen, this is what? Man, I'm telling you, it's really driving me nuts that it keeps opening on the wrong side. All right, guys. This is Evan Mercer. So this right here is Evan Mercer. And let me get some description of him here. So he is a councilman in Springfield. He was elected to the Springfield City Council in April of 2002 and represents General Seat B. And this is out of Springfield, Missouri. So if y'all can ask me for a little more description, or you can go ahead and make your guess. But we'll just kind of go through that. I'll let y'all do this as a group. So y'all
I'm thinking it's fake.
I think
I'm
so
taking
too.
stock photo. No politician's wearing a light blue tie.
exactly.
Also
Especially
don't-
from Missouri.
I don't think he looks like a Missourian or whatever they're called.
Also, if it was 2002, this is a pretty new photo.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. So we call him bogus, man.
All right. So on the first one, y'all are correct, and that this is the worst one. I'll just add straight up out of everything. I used AI to help me make these. So.
I thought his eyes looked a little funny.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he was first, because he was not the best. So, yeah, but y'all kind of get the concept of the game now. That's what it's going to be. I'll give you a description, kind of let you know where they are, where they're from, and then
Show me Kevin.
again, y'all can ask for a little more clues if you want, and we'll go from there.
Kevin the cat.
Kevin
No,
the cat.
Next one on our list is actually this guy right here. So this is Nick Palumbo.
Politician.
Nick Palumbo
too.
is from
think I've heard that
Savannah
name,
City
actually.
Council. You've heard of the Nick
I
Palumbo
think he's
from
one of the young Republicans that was texting Nazi jokes to each other. the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say politician.
Me too.
I think so too.
You can just tell by
Wade's dress.
his nose.
by his nose. What do you mean by
I
that?
think it's the haircut.
He has that George W. look to him.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, y'all
Party
are now
boy.
2 for 2, as Nick Palumbo is, in
definitely think I've
fact,
heard that
a
name.
real politician. He is sits on he's the 4th district alderman for the city of Savannah, and I have no idea what an alderman is. Anybody have an idea what an alderman is?
Like a city councilman.
Like a
I
city.
thought that was a band. The Alderman Brothers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this might not be as good as I was thinking it was going to be, boys, but we'll keep going on.
You said
We'll
this
see what
every
happens.
week.
I
Taylor.
know.
You're doing good, man.
I know. All right. So this one here, this is Oscar
Hey,
Vargas.
light blue tie.
Chapo,
Light blue tie.
He's out.
Light blue tie.
All right, so
fat
Oscar
knot,
Vargas
no way.
was elected to city council in the summer of 2021 in the great city of Providence, Rhode Island.
He doesn't look rough enough for a Rhode Islander.
No.
He doesn't look rough enough for a Rhode Islander. What if I told you he was from Guatemala?
Oh, well.
Then he can't be a politician.
Wait,
No, that's only
is that
the
an
president.
elephant on the bin?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
He's fake.
So we're saying fake.
Y'all are saying fake? No, sir. For the first time tonight, we'll have you guys fool. I keep forgetting which way I got to move here.
I
First
will
time
give him
tonight.
props for the wide knot and wide collar, but it still doesn't look good. He's got a big round head.
But now that you say that, it does kind of bother me that he's wearing a light blue tie. That is kind
But he's from Guatemala. He doesn't get it.
all right.
They're
Well,
very popular color for their culture.
that's true.
I don't know about that. I just, it's different worlds.
All right, this is Tom Weller, guys. So Tom Weller is from Cedar Rapids City Council in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Looks like he's sitting in a courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a DA?
Yes. He also,
He's council member, city council member.
Yeah, it's fake. He's sitting in a courtroom.
And hey, how about this? 25 years in commercial insurance with True North Companies. So there's you a little factoid about him.
maybe then, but I don't know. That's hard
Ain't
to
you
say.
from Iowa?
I am from Iowa.
Des Moines?
I'm actually from Cedar Rapids.
So you know this guy.
I don't.
That's my dad's neighbor.
Graduated from Coe College and has lived in Cedar Rapids since the early 1990s. I don't know if Coe College is in
Do you have
Cedar
an
Rapids,
age for this guy?
I do
He looks
not.
like 52, 53.
It says he was first elected November 2018 and was reelected in 2022. That's all I see. And again, he worked for True North Companies.
That looks like a guy that would move out of Iowa. I'm gonna say not a politician.
Not a politician. Okay, what do you guys think?
No.
No.
Nah, the only Weller I know is Special Reserve or 12 years. So.
All right. Well, let's see.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, come on now. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Yes, Tom is not a real politician, but I think that was the closest fake one so far to throw you guys
Now
off.
we got Kevin.
Now you have got Mr. Kevin here. So this is Kevin Dahl. So
That looks like a Kevin.
Kevin Dahl sits on City Council Ward 3 in Tucson, Arizona, and took office December 6, 2021.
Real.
I think really, yeah. He looks like
He
he's
looks
in
like a
Arizona.
city
Yeah, he
council
looks,
guy.
well, everybody retires in Arizona. He's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But what if I told you he has a son that is known as the guy who dances on Congress for his videos of doing wild dances on Congress Avenue?
I mean, I buy it.
Yeah.
He looks like one of the guys.
A lot of your city
like
council
the-
people, I mean, never mind.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
you're-
about
I
this
forget
one.
where I'm
Hey,
at.
you're a small town here. I could talk about
Yeah.
Dallas City Council.
City
No one
council
cares.
people are great.
I'm on the fence.
All right. Well, y'all, Kevin Dahl is real. That is a real young
So we were
man right there.
Yeah,
So
we
y'all
missed one.
were correct. All right. So I got one more, and then I'm going to shut up and get out of here. So we have got Marcus Ellison here. Mr. Marcus.
This is the.
This
Even
is
have a
him.
pupil?
I think he's kind of got squint eyes, but you can't make fun of people for having a little bit of squint eye. It's kind of what it is,
I think we're developing a pattern here that I might have figured out. So.
Okay, well, this guy is from Columbia, South Carolina, and he was elected to the city council in 2020 and represents District 3. And so that's what I got for
The
you
other
right
guy
now.
looks more city council coded. Like if you said congressman, I might buy it. But
Yeah.
city council, I'll get a little too fancy for
City council don't dress like
Right.
that.
But in Columbia, so this is like, I'm
South
pretty
Carolina.
sure that's the
Yeah,
state
have you
capital
ever
as
been
well.
there?
Yeah, but it's the state capital, so.
Yeah. No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay. Well, let's see what you guys got here. Oh, this is really driving me nuts. Please just open. There we go. All right. Yep, you are right. So
we
that
nailed it.
is. So
killed
y'all got all but one. All right. So that game does go in the trash because that sucked. So there you go.
He says that every week.
Congratulations, guys.
About
I
every
do.
game he comes up with.
Yeah, 'cause
you
I-
had one more on there. What other one you had on there?
Oh, well, I mean, this is more of like a kind of like a debate type thing here for you guys. So I guess that's really the one I should have gone with in the long run here. So we'll let you do this right here. Ba-ba-ba. So I'll tell you, we'll leave the trucks for last because that seems to be a real topic. So, gentlemen, I'm going to give you 4 choices. You tell me which one you're taking. You can only have one. There's no B option. You can't have the chicken from one place and sides from another. You get one option here, okay? So I just want you to tell us and kind of justify why you would take Chick-fil-A chicken, Cane's chicken, Golden Chick chicken, or Chicken Express chicken as your fast food fried chicken destination.
You don't have mine on there.
So it has to be fried chicken. It's not like whatever they have on the menu.
Oh, it's whatever it has on the menu, but that is a fried chicken destination.
So it's just this is your
Restaurant.
chicken restaurant. from now
Correct,
on.
correct.
Chicken choice.
Correct. Your place of these 4, and I only had 4, so I'm sorry. Probably
Well,
Popeyes.
I think-
I thought about putting it on there, but
I would have picked it.
yeah.
Oh no, y'all are
No,
wild.
I was thinking more churches.
Okay, fair
I'm there
enough.
for the biscuit,
Churches?
baby.
No, it's definitely for me. It's definitely between Chick-fil-A and Cane's.
For me, it's always Chick-fil-A. You can taste the hate. It's delicious.
I think
Really?
No, I just do love Chick-fil-A. It's great. Nothing better than a Chick-fil-A, just the nuggets going. It's perfect.
I think I tried. If y'all haven't tried the new jalapeno ranch chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, I think that's what's gonna sell me on the Chick-fil-A right here.
And the Chick-fil-A breakfast biscuits are really good.
Yeah, they are.
Not as good as the chicken minis, but they're good. They're good.
Same thing, just different bread.
Yeah, you see,
So really,
but
it's all about the
There's
chicken.
a reason you're that size and I'm this size because that bread does make a difference. I will take that sweet bread
They
all
do have
day,
some good
every
sweet
day.
tea, too.
I mean, Chick-fil-A all day for me.
All right. Well, I know Braedon, me and you aren't dads, but the other guys around the table are here. So what about a dad task? Sitting around on a Saturday, you're going to do one of these here tasks. You're either going to grill steaks for the family, you're going to cut your yard, you're going to wash your car, or you're going to clean out your garage. So what are you doing sitting around on a Saturday?
I'm mowing the lawn.
Steak for me. I don't do any work.
That's I'm here.
Yeah.
I bought 4 18-ounce T-bones from Brookshire's yesterday. They had primes on sale.
The buy one get one free.
No, they weren't even that. They were just only the prime T-bones were on sale. They were like 40% off. Like their ribeyes were expensive, but these T-bones were like $16.
Are they good?
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That's all I did yesterday. I just cooked T-bones. Oh.
Well, I get the Brookshire's ad in my mailbox.
Oh, yeah,
every
for
week.
sure. The
And
buy
they
one,
had
get
the
one for a
buy one
penny?
get.
So I'm not really, I confess, I cook on the grill maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
My wife usually does that. It's a little challenging because I'm handicapped, Taylor. but I do make dishes like when I'm in the kitchen and stuff. And Friday, I think it's Saturday. It was Saturday. We sat at home. It was a rainy day. We just kind of, it was the first Saturday I got to just hang out the house in probably 2 or 3 months because we're always on the go. I made homemade cheese enchiladas.
Nice.
And it was delicious, man.
I like to cook occasionally, but I'll do steaks. But of the things on this list, I would take steaks. I don't go to grocery stores if I can manage.
Well, they had.
When's the
buy
last
one, get
time?
one
When's the last
free.
time you've been to Walmart?
Beers.
Me too, man.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't go to stores. If
Does your wife do all that?
Oh yeah. If she doesn't work, of course she does. I don't want to do any of those things. You do laundry, you go to stores. I
Makes
don't
my
do anything.
sandwich.
Right, exactly. Make my sandwich. And if I have to
Miss
go,
Deborah,
Hey, Taylor gets.
you see how he gets scared?
I'm checking my shoulder.
he gets scared.
Hey, I made my own sandwich while ago for lunch in her office.
I will make a sandwich. That's fair. But ultimately, I don't go to grocery stores.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't tell you when the last time I've been to Walmart.
Nope.
I can tell you exactly when the last time you went to Walmart.
Who, me?
Because you went with me.
What do we do?
We had to get fishing licenses for the day.
That was probably the last time. That was like 2 years ago.
I'll go into a liquor store, but otherwise you can bring it to the curb.
True that.
So what is your liquor? You a Scotch guy or bourbon guy?
A bourbon mostly, but I do like Scotch.
Oh, dude, me and Justin could be best friends. We're watch guys. We're bourbon guys. We're
So,
steak guys.
Matti actually has a big collection of bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop. I still drink.
He should.
Who's your wife tell you need to stop?
No, I decided I need to stop.
Okay.
So
Would you run out of room?
That's my problem.
My house has a bar, and it was
Same.
full. But part of it was I kind of started realizing how much work I was doing to get drunk. And I can do it just as well with a $25 bottle of Buffalo Trace as anything else. Now, my bar is impressive. If you want to come over, I'll give you some good
Drop your
pours.
pin.
But I'm mostly a bourbon guy, yeah.
So what's your favorite bottle that you've bought and that you've collected?
I like E.H. Taylor. I've gotten a couple bottles of the Old Fitzgerald anniversary. They do a special one every year, and those are probably my favorites that I drink on the regular.
What's yours, Matti?
I'm a big fan of this distillery called Lux Row.
Lux Row's
and
pretty good.
Blood Oath is like their
Yeah,
big thing,
I
or
like
whatever. It's a yearly release.
Honestly, one of my favorites is Still anymore. Still does really good stuff down there in Austin.
Oh yeah, still Austin has some great that yellow blue corn that they did a
Yep.
couple years ago is probably like one of my favorite things come out of Texas as far as whiskey.
I've got a hot rod friend that lives down in, I got a couple of them, but I got one that lives down in Austin who's also a bourbon guy. Whenever they do the limited drops, he'll grab one for me. So I've got a bottle of Monster Mash and a couple other cool ones. So yeah, Still's probably my favorite attainable one.
What's the difference between bourbon and Scotch?
Scotch is
Location, technically.
No, it's
Well, Scotch is different because the peat.
different animal. Well, it's also different grains and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Scotch is I don't know, it's hard to explain. Bourbon is meatier, right? Scotch tends to be a little lighter.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you can get into really varied flavors with Scotch. I like really gross smoky Scotch. Like it's just
You all do the bourbon where you put the smoke in it in the cups? And
no.
I put it over a big rock and I'm good.
Yep.
You have your own ice?
Oh, yeah.
You make for it?
Yeah.
Same.
Is that the key?
Kind of. I mean,
yeah. Colder the better?
No, I just like it over ice.
I think it's
thin the ice.
I think it's different. I have a lot of bottles that I like to have neat, and I have bottles that I like cold.
It depends on when I want to fall asleep. If I want to enjoy it, ice cube. If I want to pass out, straight.
Yeah.
Straight for the bottle.
I've necked it before. We were actually just down at an insurance convention with my insurance group. So I'm an agency, and a bunch of us will band together to get access to things. And so we do the big convention, and I'm one of the big fish at this place. And so everybody kisses my ass for 3 days. It's awesome. And one of the younger agents is a real bourbon guy, and I'll show you the picture when we're done. But he made arrangements, and he came back with this case of bourbon, and we were necking Blantons and Weller Antique and all that sort of stuff. It was a fun afternoon.
Yeah.
So and we were working.
Yeah. Where was this at?
This is down at Hotel or San Luis Resort in Galveston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
How many of y'all are there?
I think the agency group is 100 and something agents, and there are probably 75 or 80 agents there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I speak on stage. Aaron speaks on stage. Like I said, we're kind of.
You should have got the pirate ship there in Galveston.
That guy's funny. Like I asked him to come to our car event because I was like, dude, come over to Fort Worth. I'll buy the gas.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't get up that early.
I don't know. He's too busy cruising around.
Cruising around looking for
TCU.
co-eds at night, right?
Yeah. What's the next one you had up there? Taylor, you had one more?
Yeah. It was trucks. So just your preferred brand of trucks. I got the big three American here.
We're just talking brands, not those specific.
Correct,
trucks.
correct. So you got your Dodge, you got your Chevy, you got your Ford, and then I put Toyota on the list simply because one of our guys sitting around here drives a Taco. So I went ahead and threw it up there on the list as our fourth.
You
so
can
if
call
you're
it
taking
Toyota
one-
American because they make that truck here in Texas. So
Yeah, I mean, wasn't designed here, but okay,
true.
okay.
Justin, have you ever owned a truck?
I own one right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have a 1999 Ford Ranger, 70,000 miles on it. It's my gardening truck.
You ever play that Ford Ranger song?
All the time.
Every time I get in, I open the
In
door
my
and it
head,
plays.
one of my favorite things. So I made the mistake of telling my dad, I was like, I think I need a little pickup truck for just messing around, right? Running around the house, going to estate sales and things.
Yeah.
And it was kind of in passing over beer one day. And he called me 2 days later, I found your truck. And I ended up buying it from some little old man in Frisco that dad met at a.
What color is it?
It's white. I mean, it's a truck.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's got, like I said, it's got 70,000 miles on it. It's just my little old man truck.
Yeah.
I get notes, do you want to sell this? Probably two to three times a month on the windshield. Because it's not used up. It's straight. It's nice. It's
Yeah.
not worn out. So
They'll last forever too.
absolutely. It's 6-cylinder, so it's fine. But yes, I do have
the
a pickup
4-speed.
truck. No, it's automatic. But it's a 6-cylinder automatic, so
They're quick.
it does it's fine. I got quicker cars. It's not for that. It's to be
Yeah.
invisible.
But there's, I mean,
Right.
the V6s are pretty quick. I mean,
Yeah.
quicker than a four banger.
Right.
So,
I guess I'll have to say Ford. That's all I got.
Ford, is that your favorite out of trucks? I mean, you're a car guy.
I don't care.
You don't
care.
like trucks.
Pickup trucks are like toasters. Who gives a
Oh, this guy.
Man,
We're not getting some protection getting out of here. This lake's full of pickup trucks.
I'm sure. I get
Yeah.
it, but I don't there's better ways I'd spend my money. I know none of these are cheap either, and I can do a lot with this money.
Yeah. So what about you, Matty?
I've been taking over as a Ford guy. I grew up as a Chevy kid, but in the last 10 years, I love my Fords. Love the
Fords?
interior.
Ford.
Ford.
Yeah.
I guess I'll say Ford because the milk truck is a Ford underneath, so I have 2 Ford pickups, so that must be
There you
something.
go.
Man, you know, I've had a bunch of Toyotas from reliability standpoint. Toyota is the way to go.
I'm gonna have to send you a shirt from my shop. It says Toyota is Japanese for boring. It has, Japanese
Yes.
Japanese character for sleep on it. So
Yeah.
I'll send you one of those.
We'll make sure we take a picture and post it on
Because
Facebook.
I'm really like on my 3rd or 4th Tundra, and I've been telling my wife now for 3 or 4 years, I need a new truck. Like, I don't want a Toyota. I'm so tired of Toyotas because they run the same dash for years at a time, and I'm just so tired of it. It seems like for the past 20 years I've been driving a Toyota, and I'm just so sick of it. And you know, from reality, like I said, I mean, you always depend on a Toyota. Everyone I had, I mean, you don't have to do anything to them.
No.
Change oil, put gas in it. Every once in a while, you might
That's why-
buy a battery or something.
That's why Toyota is Japanese for boring.
Yeah, but I mean, from looks and everything, man, I have to go with the Chevy, man.
Now, a new 2026 Chevy High Country. I might have to go with
The grill on the GM trucks is too tall. It's just it looks disproportionate. I like the way, honestly, of the 4 of these, the best 2 are the Ford and the Toyota. I think the Chevy, that grill just looks like a brick wall coming at you.
I like the black on black. You don't have it here,
Yeah.
like the Dodge, but Chevy has a version like that.
No
that looks-
Dodges. I'm not racist. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care who you worship. I don't care what sex you like, but if you drive a Dodge, I have opinions.
I agree.
I completely agree.
That's a good one, man. Taylor, I like it. So y'all got, hey, did y'all get y'all's questions ready for Justin?
Yeah, I got some.
I got the one we always like to ask.
Is that the only one you got?
I'll think of some. I'm on the fly.
Oh, we also hadn't really talked to him a whole lot about his actual YouTube channel, which
yes.
we definitely need to talk
Yes,
about.
most
So
definitely.
we have 2 YouTube channels. We have Husman Bros, where we do the fun stuff like the pirate ships.
Yeah.
And we built one of our first things we did was we built a Cayenne Turbo S, which I then bought, but we lifted it. It's like 650 horsepower. We put all this stuff on it. So it's a off-road car, theoretically. And then
All-wheel drive?
4-wheel drive. I mean, it's a 4-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Or truck. That's my truck. But we built that. We do car things. We review cars. I have a lot of access to friends with really neat cars. So we did a lot of videos about that. And that's Husman Bros. And that's, while in theory I'd love to become a YouTube star, it's actually kind of replaced me going to these car shows, because it means I'm like you. I'm a member of the community. I like the things you like. I do the things you do.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. The other one is Pheonix Insurance, where we talk insurance, and just kind of, my brother and I have a great chemistry, and you'll see it if you watch the channels, but we can just sit and chat about insurance forever. And so we talk about insurance and try to educate and help people.
It's funny because y'all have two totally different personalities.
And that's what makes us work. I mean, we've been in business now. This is our...
And he's your younger brother?
Yes, younger, much younger. We have a sister between us, but yes,
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a cowboy. He's a little more conservative, and we both respect each other enough to know that when we're serious, it makes things happen.
Yeah.
Right? So he'll shut me down sometimes. One of my first marketing ideas was we were going to do condoms. We've got you covered. He said no.
That's funny.
So now we're big enough, I might revisit that with him. But ultimately, he does a lot of the office-y type stuff, and I do a lot of the networking and the marketing type things. And then I run the sales guys as well.
Nice.
And y'all have how many sales guys? You said 9?
We have 4 salespeople. We have 9 employees altogether. We have...
and where y'all located at?
We're in Dallas, Hillcrest and 635.
Okay.
So right overlooking the highway. My office overlooks the highway. Haven't seen an accident yet, but someday it'll happen. We have
Is the construction done there? I've been up
Yeah,
there.
construction's done, but it's right there where 635 merges with 75, basically, or you get onto 75.
Right.
And so we have 9 employees. We have a hybrid system. I have a full-time compliance person. I've got service staff, and I've got sales staff.
Is your brother still doing B&I?
Yes, it's the biggest group in Dallas now. Like, they've gone from, what was it, Marketing Minute? They have a Marketing 30 Seconds now.
Oh, wow.
It's so many people in it. He's kind of done with it, and I'm kind of done with it too. But
Are you in it, B&I too?
No, I'm kind of done with him being in it.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to let it go necessarily, because I'm concerned about what clients would be referred to some other person. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's over it. I'm over it. It'll be a matter of time before we're done.
And I think I was in that group originally.
Yeah,
Preston-
Aaron helped to
Preston
found
Center?
it. Yes, Aaron helped to found the group. So
Yeah.
I did it for a long time, but they shut down my group.
Yeah, because the realtor in there, Phyllis, was there a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Was there, and I think she might have passed away.
I think Phyllis is gone. There's several. I mean, that group's been 20-something years now.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have come through it.
Yeah, and I know that there's a couple of people in that group that I'm still friends with on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how I met, I'm pretty sure Justin Clary over at G4 was in that group at some point in time. We're talking in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
when we went there. Do you remember, just kind of getting off sidetracked here, but Phyllis, that she had a Christmas party one year. Or did you go to that deal?
No, I wasn't in that group, so I didn't really run with that crowd, the B&I crowd.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it too. I don't. Whenever I have to step in, I don't.
So me and Matti are both in a B&I chapter
Okay.
down here at the lake. We hold 2 different categories. One is a flooring store, one's a general contractor.
Okay.
But Phyllis, she was the realtor there, and we're talking like the Highland Park, basically area. And she had a house off of Inwood, and it was a really nice house. And when you pulled up, she had valet parking for this Christmas party.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about it.
Yes, and we're sitting. She even had like a magician walking around, and so it was a really cool, had hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and kind of a mixer type of deal. And I remember us walking outside out on the patio, and I don't know who it was. It might have been Aaron.
Probably Aaron, yeah.
Stepped in the koi pond, didn't see it or something because it was so dark out there, and you couldn't see the whales. And I just remember someone going like knee deep down in the koi pond out there.
It wasn't Kyle because you remember he'd have shot you for laughing.
Yeah, he probably would have drowned.
Right, he's gone right over his head.
Yes. So you told us a while ago that you're creating a studio.
Yeah, we're building a studio in one of our garages
To shoot a podcast?
Just like you, I'm really jealous of this setup. I'm almost more jealous of him because I think our podcast is going to be super amateur compared to what you guys have going on.
Oh, whatever.
But ultimately, we want a fixed place. Our problem. So Aaron and I go film things on Fridays, and Husman Bros stuff is pretty labor intensive.
Yeah.
But Pheonix stuff, we can just sit and talk, right? And so we're building a studio so we can get a pattern, do it all the time. Because if I've got to get out the mics and set up the cameras and all that sort of thing, I know that some days it's just not going to. Right, this is not going to happen.
And that's one of the reasons
Sometimes,
why we
yeah.
got. I purchased our own mics and stuff, and we have our cables. We just roll them up underneath the table.
Right.
So when Taylor does get here, he can just kind of
plug
plug
it
in and makes his job a little bit easier. So he's not carrying 15 suitcases.
I think that's one thing that helps us too is knowing Taylor's going to be here, knowing
Right.
we have a guest and we can't back out. Because because there would be Mondays. It's Monday. Our Mondays are crazy. I mean, it feels
Right.
like we don't get stuff done, but we're getting all this done.
Right.
Bleep out the Monday part so people don't know it's shot on Mondays.
Well, you said it like 4 times.
Yeah, start on Wednesdays.
But yeah, no, it's hard to stay in the rhythm,
Yeah.
right? And so that's why we're building the studio.
You know
so
what
that
keeps
we
us
can-
in the rhythm
What's that?
is me going in and scheduling out 2 months in advance
Yeah.
with people coming on.
Yeah, and so we're not going to have as many guests. We'll have you on certainly. We're going to do some Zoom stuff,
Yeah.
right? But ultimately, that was what kind of wore me out with the Husman Bros fun stuff. Is I was months planned ahead, and I had to make sure everything was set up. So go to a garage.
It's almost a
and all
full-time job.
It is, and it wasn't paying well enough. Now we have gotten referrals from it. It's done what it's supposed to do.
Right.
But I need to find a way. This is kind of the way to make it less labor intensive.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Sit
our
down
goal,
talk.
Yeah.
and our goal really to get started doing this really was first it was just kind of fun thing to do.
Sure.
Then we really enjoyed it. Then, I don't think we're getting much business out of it, but I think it's more brand awareness because we're having different people. And we brought you in from Dallas,
Right.
but a lot of people we have on here are people we had a varsity high school coach on
Sure.
from the school. We have other business owners, and it allows them to tell their family and friends, oh, check me out. They're doing a podcast. We're probably the only people down at the lake that shoots a podcast on a regular basis down
Right.
there. And it's kind of a brand awareness more than anything that people, the Mosers, that flooring store over there, they're shooting a podcast. Oh, they
Right.
sell flooring. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll tell people I'm a YouTube star. And,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, I'm rolling with it with 10,000 followers for Husman Bros. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
but
man.
it's part of it's giving you that authority, right? So
Yeah.
you must be doing something right because you have time to fart around and make a podcast on Monday.
Yes.
Right. And so you must be successful, and so that also helps the part of the thought of it, right?
Yeah.
I think sometimes like my brother, my cousin, and I'm always talking to him. We talk about a lot of because he owns an HVAC company here. They get a little jealous that they're not on a podcast,
Right.
And they listen to all of them. They crack up. Actually, the first episode, I think the first text I got in the group chat after they listened to it was nipple rings ?
I guess I got to listen to some back episodes and find out what's going on.
Yeah. That was the
Do
first.
not want to know.
Yeah, that was the first episode. We had a friend of mine that used to work for us who got us started doing this. I don't know if he went through a midlife crisis or not, but he decided to get nipple rings.
Yeah.
And it got brought up on the first podcast.
Wow.
And it's a funny story. Let's leave it at that. That's how it is.
There's a lot more that's been talked about too.
Yeah. And,
Popsicles.
but we're having I think not next week, but the week after for Cinco de Mayo, we're shooting that one. We're having our first reappearance of some guests come back on and everything, and some guys that we went to high school with. That was a lot of fun that we had on here. And it's funny as we have these different guys on here, as you probably know with doing your stuff, is some guys are really hard to get them to even open up and
Oh, yeah.
and just be funny or just be normal. And I don't know if they clam up because of the camera, you know, and you get guys on here that are really good on camera, and we look at the numbers and like, man, I thought it was such an excellent video. I mean, they were so great on the mic with responding stuff, and the numbers come in low, you know.
Well, we have some that I know we've just nailed it. Like this is it. This is the one. Nothing.
So do y'all have y'all done anything to promote your videos?
Yeah, I mean, I have SEO guys that I work with and stuff like that. So I've done a lot of that. I have every channel. I've always been a social media person, for good or for bad. But I have all the channels, so we do shorts and things to promote and all of it. Yeah, so it's just a matter of doing it. And frankly, I'm the one who kind of has to do a lot of it, so it's pretty exhausting for me because I
almost think that we need to create our own Facebook page just for the podcast.
I mean, we have one. I mean, my milk truck has its own Facebook page.
Yes.
Right. And so, yes, you should have one for the podcast because you don't know where your audience is until you really get to the stats where they'll give you good enough stats. But you should have a Facebook page. You have an Instagram page. I mean, I don't know what you would do with Snapchat. Maybe Matt
no,
News,
probably
not. But Instagram, all of it, and just be cross-promoting. And the name of the game is actually the vertical videos.
Short form content.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they want.
The reels.
I personally am actually getting paid by Facebook. Me, Justin.
You are?
Yep. I made a whole $6.
$6.
But yeah, they promoted me to paid 6 months ago.
Did you have a question?
No, I just said it's one of the few things I've actually had in common with you today is I get paid by Facebook.
I would if I turned in my tax information.
I don't do as much of it as I used to, but I still get paid. I don't like the short videos. I mean, I like them, but I think they're a time suck and they're making us all dumber. So I try not to participate.
Yeah. So. I mean, really, the Taylor, when we're promoting this thing dropping Wednesday, he'll create 3 or 4 good reels out of this segment here, and we'll put them on there. And I never went back and looked at the numbers they do and everything, but I think they're pretty good.
Reels do great, period.
Yeah.
With Husman Bros and with Pheonix stuff, they always do really well.
Yeah.
My daughter is, she's the one who kind of does that stuff for us.
Yeah.
And right now we're heading towards graduation, so she's got a bunch of stuff going on.
Right.
And so it's kind of fallen off the map. Like I think I told you beforehand, we did have a production company and we were doing a lot of it. And we were paying basically what we would pay an employee to do it, to make $300 a month. So we had to reevaluate what we're doing.
Right. Shoot with your question, brother.
I don't even want to ask like the silly questions. I kind of just want to ask like cool car stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I want to know favorite car that you've owned. I want to know the first vehicle that you owned.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, favorite car I've owned is I still have it, my 2011 Porsche 911 GTS. It's a classic 911 white. It's the last of the small body Porsches. It's a great car. 400 and something horsepower, just amazing car. First car I owned was a 1978 International Scout. And I am
such an awesome truck.
I am on the list. I'm on the list for the new electric Scout as well.
Really? That's cool.
So did you get into the Porsches from your love of the Volkswagen?
I got into Porsches because I found one for cheap. I bought a cheap 944, which you should never do. The most expensive Porsche is the cheapest one. And I bought that. And I talked to Aaron into wrapping it. I actually was having my midlife crisis probably. I had to sell my motorcycles because I had a daughter. And I was like, I need fun stuff. So I bought that and just kind of joined the Porsche club and got into them from there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you ever thought of doing like have you seen this show Rust Valley Restores or whatever it's called? Where they buy like old hunks of junks and turn them into these.
I mean, that's my whole life. But
yeah,
that's pretty much what your podcast is.
That's what our show. That's what our YouTube is, more or less.
Yeah.
I don't buy old. I mean, I only buy old hunks of junk because I'm poor. But ultimately, we've kind of done some of that. That's a lot of work too. My buddy Rob is the mechanic, and so he kind of drives that. We're the Husman Bros, so everybody on our channel is a cousin. So if you come on, hey, welcome to Cousin Rob. So Cousin Rob is the mechanic guy, and he kind of drives our mechanical projects.
Yeah.
So, but I've done.
What do you think about your camper?
What's that?
What do you think about your camper that you had?
Oh, he's
Cousin
never
Rob?
seen it. That was long gone by the time we met
okay.
Rob. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you that story in depth someday, but we're gonna have to drink when we do it.
So this is just an off the wall question.
Yep.
If you're missing a finger and you had to do sign language, is it a speech impediment or an accent?
It's a stutter.
It's a stutter. Exactly.
That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. Go ahead, shoot your goofy.
Well,
one.
I mean, so I don't. You want me to do the goofy one?
No, that's me.
No,
then.
I want to
shoot.
I'm fascinated by the.
Y'all are a lot alike. I mean, y'all got a lot of same interests. So shoot,
I mean, I'm
shoot
gonna
away.
give him my phone number, and you're gonna hate this part. I'm gonna ask if he's hiring at one point in time.
Yeah.
I'm always hiring. Pheonixinsurance.com
Let's go.
/jobs, careers.
So okay, so it sounds like you've probably had a lot of, I would call, like, grail cars for yourself. Like, what is the grail car? What's the end
In his
goal
opinion.
vehicle? Yeah, for yourself. I don't care about anybody else. Like, just like what is the one that's you're still trying to find?
I'm looking for an air-cooled 911 right now, which would fall in the Grail neighborhood. Infinite money, infinite storage. I would like an early 2000s Bentley, like a 2004. My buddy has one. We did a video about
Like
one.
the early Continental?
Yeah, when they were just transitioning to Volkswagen,
Yeah. Or not Continental, but
the Arnage or whatever.
yeah.
When they were just transitioning to Volkswagen because they were using older Bentley parts, and they're just amazing cars. They're fast. They're cool. Just a great car. You can pick one up for about 40 or 50, but the first time it breaks, it will cost you that too. That's why I won't have one.
Yeah.
Right. But that'd probably be a grail for me because I can but shouldn't. So there you go.
Yeah.
Motorcycles anymore at all?
Actually, I was trying to trade my Jaguar for a motorcycle. That was because I thought it would be hard to sell that car.
Yeah.
And so I was messaging all these people on Facebook, and I almost traded for a kick-ass Triumph like that first one I used to have.
Yeah.
And the guy just kept chickening out on me. And then finally I just sold the car, and he called me the day after. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'm ready to trade." I'm like, sorry, dude.
The deal's done.
That deal's done. Will you buy my bike? No. If I traded for a bike, my wife can't say anything. If I buy a motorcycle, I'm going to have talks.
Yes.
So
What was that? What was that motorcycle the guy that y'all bought the ice cream truck from had?
Oh, he has an old Indian with a sidecar.
Oh, I'd love a side hat.
A powder blue.
No, it has a fringe, and he takes it to car shows and stuff
Really?
all the time.
That thing was pretty sweet.
Oh, it is sweet.
I'd love a side hack. I've come close to buying a Ural a couple times with a sidecar. I had a BMW that I wanted to put a sidecar on. I've always wanted one, but never got around to it.
We got a short bus as an ice cream truck.
Oh, nice.
Ask him your silly question real quick.
Okay. The weekly question is, and it's pretty. I think it's pretty one-sided. Yeah. Thank you, Taylor. Would you rather have a hamster-sized elephant or an elephant-sized hamster?
A hamster-sized elephant, I suppose. I've had hamsters.
That's also what I say.
That's what everybody says.
No, actually, Justin Munden said he wanted a hamster-sized elephant, so that way he could put it in a wheel and it could power his house.
That's what I said. Hamster-sized. Oh, elephant-sized hamster is what he said.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Can you imagine cleaning up after it?
No, I don't want to.
No.
Be like having footballs all over. the
Yeah.
Would you rather go on an adventure with Indiana Jones or Han Solo?
Indiana Jones all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you rather always have a unibrow or always have a mullet?
Oh, I mean, I had a mullet until fairly recently, so I'd take a mullet all the time.
All right. Would you rather have a talking dog that tells terrible jokes or a cat that sings but only show tunes?
The talking dog.
Yes.
Yes. Would you rather speak all language or play all musical instruments?
I'd rather play all musical instruments. That's one of the great regrets in my life that I have zero rhythm.
Zero rhythm. Me too,
I
man.
can't do it.
Would you rather be able to communicate with people from the past or the future?
Past.
Why?
I'm fascinated by the past. I think you can learn a lot from people, right?
Yes.
And I think that the future, that would just be so I could game the system Back to the Future style, right?
Right.
What good would that do me?
Yeah.
But from the past, I think I could become a more interesting person in that way.
Yes. I found myself, even as a young adult, spending time with my grandfather and knowing that man, he ain't got much time left. And sitting there just asking questions and, about his life was when he's in his 20s and 30s, being raised in South Dallas and what South Dallas was then versus to what is now. It's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, we were in the Masons together, and that was part of one of the things that I enjoyed there.
Yes.
I actually just went to Arthur Gale's funeral. Did you hear he passed away?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah. So I just went to his funeral. It's nice to see those guys again.
Oh,
We came to the point where it was just a lot of work. And really, I had a business to build. And those guys, there was a whole thing with it. And it was kind of the end of it for me.
Yeah. I was about to go somewhere with this. I just had a big old brain fart. Y'all ask me a question. Let me come back to me.
We're going to be in the middle of the question, and he's going to interrupt.
Yeah, that goes.
How that goes.
Go ahead and ask him one.
Flat Earth or round Earth?
Oh, that's a good one.
Round Earth, of course.
Do you think the moon landing's real?
Yes.
No, it's not.
You say round Earth?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I was sitting there thinking.
Man,
well,
Ain't nobody got
supposed to
time
ask
for that.
that's a flat earther.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
It changes every day. Changes every day.
No. I'll say the flat earthers have a very good argument.
No, they don't.
I mean, to a degree.
No, you ain't heard the. Oh gosh, just
If we were still in the age of sailing ships, maybe, but I don't think.
I'm from an argument when they talk about the curvature. Where they go, there's some lake up north where you can shoot a laser all the way across. And in so many miles, the earth is supposed to curve and the laser's still straight. I'm like, hey, I don't know why it does that, but I still don't think it's flat.
But it's just on that lake, and it's like everywhere else they try it.
Well,
I
even
think
perception, they talk about perception. Like once a boat gets like 3 miles out, it looks like it's going away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a telescope, they say it's going away around Earth, let's say, because the curvature, it'll go away. But if you take a telescope, you can still see.
Well, yes,
the boat.
because the curve. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to engage this. I've been to sea. It's a round Earth. It's fine.
It's round.
Yes, of course.
No ice wall.
No ice wall.
So I believe in round Earth. Don't say that.
that's not what. When we're done with the podcast, he'll have a different opinion.
No, it's always been round Earth. And I knew I was on TikTok, I don't know, a couple years ago. I had to get off of it because it knew my algorithm. I'll start watching these guys,
Flat Earth.
And before you know it, you get sucked in. I'm watching all. I'm like, dude, they have a cat. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. And found like, this is so stupid. I had to delete it off my phone.
I guess that leads into a better question. Okay. What is the conspiracy theory that you would die on?
Or rabbit holes that you go down.
Oswald didn't act alone. Here's the conspiracy theory, I think, is that the Secret Service agents went out to party in Dallas the night before. They left the young guys in the car, or left the young guys at home. Like the veterans went out and partied, got all drunk. Young guy, new agent, was in the back of the limousine with Kennedy. Oswald shot a shot, and the new agent was so jumpy and nervous that he ended up killing Kennedy because he also had the new M16 in his lap at the time. That's my conspiracy theory I'll die on. The Secret Service killed Kennedy.
I believe so too.
But not on purpose?
Not on purpose. It was a total accident because all the others were hungover. And this kid was so jumpy because he was the only one that wasn't just completely hungover from partying the night before. And I believe he jumped and shot Kennedy, and that was it. Oswald may have hit like Connolly's leg or Kennedy's shoulder or something, but the kill shot was done by a Secret Service agent totally by accident. Workplace accident.
Just from holding it and just accidentally hit the trigger? Or?
Yeah, because it's a brand new weapon. Brand new.
So he was like,
he was in the car. He was in the jump seat, sitting across from him.
Wow.
How'd you come with that theory?
You asked. I read a lot of stuff. I also listen to podcasts. So
Yeah, I do too. What's a good podcast?
Last Podcast on the Left is a great podcast.
Last podcast.
I love those guys. They're really fun.
What do they talk about?
They talk about things like that, true crime theories. They just did a great episode on the DuPonts. If you ever watched the movie Foxcatcher?
Yeah.
Okay, so Foxcatcher's a great movie, but there was a rich guy from the DuPont family who has ruined the world, and he got into collegiate wrestling and ended up murdering one of the wrestlers.
So his the
I've seen
Foxcatchers,
that.
the
Yes.
Foxcatchers about this.
The movie
I have to
Foxcatchers
go watch
about
it.
this, and then go listen to the last podcast on the last podcast about it.
I'm gonna go look them both up so they're in
It
my
will tell you
history.
about that, and so that's my favorite podcast. I listen to that one every week. Then the other one I like a lot is How Did This Get Made? It cracks me up.
How did this get made?
Yes, it's about bad movies, and it's
Oh yeah.
three people sitting around talking about bad movies, and they're just asking questions. It's a fun podcast.
Are you like a someone who can call out like movie characters, like
quote a movie.
no, not quote movies and no actors. Oh, they played in this, played in that.
No,
Like,
my
I
wife
can't never
plays
remember
that game, and
so-
I hate it.
Yes,
I don't love doing that because I think it interrupts the flow of the movie. I can quote plenty of movies. All right, let me ask you a question. What's your quotable movie?
You play ball like a girl.
I don't know what that is. What's that?
Sandlot.
Okay, don't know that one. What's your quotable movie? What's the one that you could probably run through the whole movie?
Oh no, I'm lying. Frozen. If you want me to be honest, it's a musical. I can sing all the
The one that
Oh,
songs.
came to my mind beginning was, "Did you order the code red?"
What is that?
Yeah,
What's that?
Few Good Men.
I don't know that one. I mean,
Jack
I've seen the-
Nicholson,
I've seen the
Tom
movie,
Cruise.
but that's not a quotable movie for me. What's your quotable?
You ordered the code red. That's
probably
that's a famous.
It's either going to be Talladega Nights or it's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
Happy Gilmore for me. I can quote both of those.
I've got
Shake and bake.
I've got two. My number one is Big Trouble in Little China. I can probably do every line
Ooh,
of that
what a
movie.
good movie, yeah.
My number two is a movie that if you haven't seen it, go out and watch it right away. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox
Dewey
story.
Cox story. Yeah.
Walk hard.
Walk Hard,
Walk
the Dewey
Hard.
Cox story. Have you? Can we do this together? You don't want no part of this. One of the greatest movies of all time. He absolutely changed. By making that movie, he basically shut down movie biopics for years because it's so silly and so ridiculous. Such a great film.
It's
But
a
it's
spoof.
addicting.
It's a spoof of the Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie. It's
really?
John C. Riley.
One of the best.
You've not seen that? Oh my gosh, it's so
Oh,
funny.
you guys both have to go watch it tonight. John, he's actually going on tour as Dewey Cox next year.
Really? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yes. Great songs like songs about the Midget Man and We Love the Mulatto. And it's just a really, really funny. It's a combination of Walk the Line and the Beach Boys and Elvis and all of it. It's just a great, great movie.
There's so many cameos in it
Yes.
too. Like there's the Beatles are in it, which is not the Beatles, but there's people playing the Beatles, which is Paul Rudd, one of your favorite guys to watch clips of.
Yeah.
Jack
Paul
Black's
Rudd?
in it. Jack White's
that?
in
You
it.
like Paul Rudd?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's funny.
We can't play that clip, so
No, we can't play that. We cannot play that clip.
Which one is it?
not even going to talk
No,
about
ain't
it.
Is it the
going
one
there.
that we looked up the other day that we were talking about in the office?
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
yes.
I think I showed it to Bonnie the other day, and she said, "What?"
No, we have me and my wife started fostering a kid.
Okay.
I don't know, about a month ago, and so I'm notorious for getting in trouble for just turning on random stuff on Prime or Netflix and stuff, and get the Matt. And I have to just turn it off. I'm not allowed to watch it at the house because, and I shouldn't be watching anyways. So that's a whole nother subject. Anyways, man, we thank you being on here, Justin.
It's been fun.
We'll go out there and check out your car.
Sure.
Truck.
Thank you.
Y'all check us out, Beyond the Blueprints. Dropping today at 11 o'clock. See, I just tricked everybody. I just tricked everybody there. Y'all take care and keep it classy.